Lift off. How are you guys and girls? So we're just doing a quick update here. I just thought we'd go through a few comments. I like to go through the funny ones. You know the funny ones. I'll find one, I'll give an example. I wish someone would put a bullet in Trudeau's head. Really, Brian? Now, here's a good one from Bonanza06. It makes no difference which party is in power. Don't forget, the bail-in plan was introduced to Canada by Mark Carney and Flattery under Harper. It's just official as of this year, 2018. All the parties are pawns of the international money cabal. That is correct, sir. Let's give you a thumbs up on that. Johnny K. Yep, it's true, and he's put a good little link there to Regulations 2017 for Canada. Here's a good one. Scott, in capital letters, that fucking globalist. Really, man? Sort of like, you know, surely you can add something. Anyway, whatever. We are looking for... In fact, Sid Mazer commented on the Brian Mino, I wish someone would put a bullet in Trudeau's head. Don't be illiterate. Instead of having a narrow vision to focus on only on one leader, instead look at every member of Parliament, Congress. They all are members of Freemasonry lodges and Zionists. Whatever. I agree. Get your money out now, says John Collins. In fact, John Collins 3 years ago. I wonder if he's still working over at Rand. Anyway, let's roll on. Oh, here's a good one. Ernest Benneman. Hello, Rick. I hope this information helped you out. Here's my website to open up a free gold savings account. You become your own bank. It's called goldsavingsnow.com. Alrighty. I don't know what the go is with that. I won't even go and investigate. Now, let's have a look. Spirit Tunnel. The world needs to end centralized banking and the US needs to end the Fed. I can see that happening. Yep, definitely. I may well agree with you, they do need to end it, but unless you've got something to replace it with, that's a pointless statement. And then, of course, Sierra Linda goes on and says, William, we need to end all centralised banks. So again, unless you've got something to replace it, it'll just go on like it is. Here you go, Tribal Vibes Leather Denise. 2 years ago. I would never move to Australia. They just passed a law that you cannot receive public pension, social security in the US, unless you accept mandatory vaccines. Really? Anyway, I replied to that 2 years ago and had a bit of a laugh over it, but, you know, obviously living in Australia and knowing or having a reasonable idea of what the rules are, I think I'd know, but Andre, I don't know, something or other designed 2 months ago. I'm so happy to have only a few % of my worth in this fake money scam. Then he's got a hash Bitcoin. Okay, Andre, so when the internet crashes, which of course they'll pull it down so we can't communicate to protect ourselves, what are you going to do? Where are you going to get the Bitcoin from? And then Sierra Linda comes back and makes a really good point. Bitcoin is another scam from the same central bank owners. Thank you very much, Lee. Yes, Australia passed the bail-in laws 14th of February 2018. So it is law in Australia now. Well, you are right, but it's not quite correct. It's not law, Colin. You have been led to believe it's law, but think again. And if you read through my reply to Colin, you'll see why. Anyway, in a nutshell, 91 they changed the laws in Australia. 1991 Parliament changed the number to 1/4, which would make it 19 senators that needed to be present, because we've got 76 in this country. So if they needed 19 to be able to pass the bail-in law, there were actually only 7 sitting at the time the event took place and it was passed, which makes it null and void. We've even sent emails and letters to the ministers and whatnot, and of course had no reply. Let's move on. Okay, since look, Daniel Burgess 9 hours ago. That's got to be one of my favourites. Wait long enough, and all prophecies come true. Now give a date, like November 22nd of 2019, and keep your words specific. In brackets, giant purple crows will eat 9 people in Moscow. Then we'll see if you know your subject or not. Well, actually, Daniel, I know the date that those giant purple crows ate those 9 people in Moscow. It was 2014. Let me look at the diary. Giant purple crows, yeah, October the 12th, 2014 at 9:17 a.m. So I think that's pretty specific, but thank you for sharing that. Let's move along. Gilster said, if the banks don't take your money, housing costs in Australia will. The point is, Gilster, you don't own your property. You're paying your mortgage with promissory notes, which means you don't own it, because a promissory note is a promise to pay it sometime in the future, yet to be determined. And until that date is determined and you pay for it, you don't own that property, that land, that house, nothing. You are renting it. John Lewinson, even annoying to have cut and talk with video. Just make your point. The point is the video, John. Thank you for sharing. The best vid ever. Not my choice of name, just the least objectionable of the list they gave me. You should get a name that's objectionable, the best vid ever. Why? Because it gives people something to bite on, although most of them are just bitches and complainers, as we know, which is why they're slaves to the system. Thank you, Marie Bowling. That was a nice comment. I appreciate that. Moving along. Michael Waters. You've also overlooked the fact the government will be into default of their loan and all the assets will be seized. We just lost Australia. Well, I think we lost it back in when Unidroit, in fact, I've replied to that, back in 1971, was it, or 73? When Whitlam signed the Unidroit Treaty. Pulling it out is point, however, pulling it out and turn it right. One of my favourites from FA one day ago. Bronson, you only have one bloody video in your playlist from 2015. Go make a new video for us, damn it. So I replied, as you could probably see if you find the comment, I've beaten your content. I went and checked his channel first. I've beaten your content by 100%. Doing pretty good then, yes, because he's produced nothing. Sent a nice reply, a little smiley face. Love your work, FO. Anyway, we could go on. Look, that's just a few that I thought were a bit funny. There's a few abusive comments in there, but of course that's to be expected from people of low self-esteem, self-worth and self-image. They'd rather go around throwing shit at people than to get themselves noted and get replies, bait people, whatever. And look, I don't mind, you can throw up those comments. You know, if you feel you need to express your depression or aggression. I think the lights are shining in my glasses off the screen of the computer pretty heavily. There we go, there we go. How about gold stocks? Anyway, look, there's some good comments, there's some funny ones. Look, thanks everyone for leaving your comments, those that did. Even thank you to those who left, you know, derogatory comments, because I just don't care, man. You're living your life, and your comments can't affect me. Why? Because anything that affects me is whatever I choose. I control, I have the power to not allow things to affect me. I always laugh when people say, oh, they upset me, they did this, they did that. Doesn't matter what they, he, she, them, makes no difference. Everything's controlled by your power of perception. You choose and determine how to feel about what they, he, she, them did or said. You determine that by the way you perceive or interpret what they're doing. So stop all your bitching and just run along. The good thing about the bitches is they have to go and cry in their own life after they've made their little comments. And after a while, I will just delete them and remove them, because you become like the people you associate with. And we don't want to associate with foul-mouthed, non-thinking losers. In fact, you people doing that, go and join the armed forces. You'll fit right in. Not to say all the armed forces are like that, but they're looking for sheeple. In fact, they tell you or instruct you as soon as you join, listen, you shitheads, you will do as you're told. End of story. No questions, no arguments. Do as you're told, or we will beat you, either mentally, emotionally, or physically. We do not give an F. You understand? Yes, sir. Okay, that's today's video. Thanks for letting me have a little bit of fun with you. Sorry, letting me share those comments with you. If you got any comments or anything, if you're going to make claims about anything, I heard this, I know this, let's put the links up on it so everyone can go and, or those who are serious, can go and research those links to see if there's anything they can add to the conversation. Alright, I think I've got to shut this off somehow. Yep, we'll put it on pause. Alright guys, we've had about 12 and a half minutes. Good to have a chat after 3 years. I might pop back in another 3 years. No, I'll pop back shortly. Alright, have a good day. I'll shoot a video up over the weekend. Watch out for it. Got any comments, got any questions, feel free to give us a call via YouTube. Alrighty, talk to you soon. God bless. Bye for now.